Elaine Shauger here, APS, a Perfect Swing Academy. I'm the master to Daniel R. Shauger. He's the #1 master in the whole world of golf with his Daniel net. We are completely different from the whole golf world. Here's Daniel, your master, talking about the driver and the golf club, how they're different. Here's Daniel, your master.
Here I have a driver. In my hand I have a driver. In my hand I have a driver. I have a 2-iron and I have a 6-iron. And although the taking of the stance is pretty much the same for all of them, the ball position is a little bit different. This is for your standard height shot. For my driver, again, I make the same procedure as I move into the ball. I place the club head down behind the ball in the direction I want to hit it. I point it to my hip. Because the shaft is much longer and because the lead angle is much less, the ball is much more forward. It's pretty much right off inside of my left heel. If I did that same position with a 2-iron, the ball would be back quite a bit farther because the lead angle on the 2-iron is greater and the shaft is shorter. So that ball would be closer to me and more toward my right foot. Here I have a 6-iron. As you can see, the 6-iron, my left hand's in the same place for all three of these shots. But the ball position is significantly different. The wonderful thing about this golf swing is no matter which of these clubs you have in your hand, once you positioned it correctly and set your hands to the swing, that the same golf swing that you make with any club in your bag works exactly the same with every club. So if you can learn this golf swing on the fishing wedge, you can learn it with any club in your bag. Very quickly, I'd like to talk about posture in your golf swing. Posture is kind of a individual thing. We all have our own particular postures. Some of us, a lot of it has to do with based on body type. I have long legs, I have a fairly short upper body, and I have fairly long arms. No matter what my body length are, if my legs are short and my body's long and my arms are short, it will change some of the things that I do in the swing, but it will not change my posture at address. I want to maintain a fairly erect posture. I want to be as tall as I can as I address the golf ball. Often I see people who have no idea of how to address their golf ball. They move in with their club that they want to hit the ball, and then they stop somewhere, and then they either have to reach out for the ball, which puts it too far from them and changes their posture, or maybe they're in a little too close and they have to pull their arms in a little bit. And all of these things affect the way you're able to swing the club through the shot. The most important thing that I think about in posture is I want the upper body erect, and I don't want to bend my knees a whole lot. In this golf swing, we don't sit on a bar stool. To me, I think that's one of the worst things that's ever been taught in posture and balance and stance in the golf swing. Instead, what we want to do is we want to start from locked knees. And we want to keep the upper body erect and our head straight out as if we're looking straight out. Without changing our head position at all, we want to let our butt go back by tilting forward as if we were going to touch our toes or touch our knees, and let our hands hang above our knees. That gives us about a 30-degree tilt to the upper body. 30 degrees would be 1 o'clock. If it's 90 degrees between 12 and 3, then it's 30 degrees between 12 and 1, 30 more degrees between 12 and 2, and 30 more would give you the 90. I'm standing erect. I'm going to bend forward from my hip sockets. My arm should hang not straight down, but a little bit out. Pretty much so that my hand would be hanging above my toe line. When you get this position, your head should be pretty much in line with your spine as if you were looking straight out. People who wear glasses are going to want to tilt their head a little bit so they can look through the center of their glasses. You don't want to look through the bottom or the top of your glasses. You want to look right through the center. And there's your stance. It'll be the same for all clubs.